Let me tell you something about men that a lot of women don't realize. Everybody thinks men are simple. People say all a man wants is this and that. I'm going to tell you something deeper than that. A real man is moved by the way a woman makes him feel. And sometimes the smallest gesture can light a fire in his heart that you didn't even know existed. One thing many women don't fully realize is how deeply a man responds to feeling respected and emotionally safe. And surprisingly, physical affection like a sincere hug can communicate those feelings more powerfully than words ever could. A lot of people assume men only react to obvious signals of attraction, but the truth is that men are highly sensitive to how a woman makes them feel emotionally, even if they don't always say it out loud. When a woman hugs a man in a genuine and warm way, it sends a message that goes far beyond simple physical contact. It tells him that he is accepted, valued, and appreciated for who he is. Men spend much of their lives dealing with pressure from the world. They are expected to be strong, solve problems, to handle responsibilities, and often to hide vulnerability. Because of this, moments where they feel emotionally safe can have a powerful impact. A thoughtful hug can create that safe space instantly. It allows a man to feel that he can relax for a moment and simply be himself without the need to perform or prove anything. This emotional comfort can be incredibly attractive and meaningful to him. When a woman embraces a man with warmth and sincerity, he often interprets it as a form of trust. Trust is one of the strongest emotional triggers for men. When a man senses that a woman trusts him enough to lean into him, to rest in that moment of closeness without hesitation, touches something deep inside him. It signals that she sees him as reliable and strong, not just physically but emotionally. That feeling can increase his sense of pride and connection toward her. Physical affection also has a unique ability to communicate emotions that words sometimes fail to express. A hug can carry admiration, gratitude, affection, and desire all at once. For a man, this combination can create a strong emotional impression. Even a brief moment of genuine closeness can stay in his mind long after the interaction ends. He might replay that moment, remembering how natural and comforting it felt, and that memory can strengthen his feelings toward the woman who made him feel that way. Another important aspect is the authenticity behind the gesture. Men are very aware of the difference between a polite or routine hug and one that comes from genuine emotion. When the hug is real and unforced, it communicates sincerity. That sincerity can make a man feel chosen and appreciated in a way that builds emotional attraction. Instead of feeling like just another person in her life, he begins to feel special and important. This can inspire him to invest more emotionally in the relationship. Over time, these small but meaningful moments of affection can create a deeper bond. A simple hug, when given with warmth and presence, can strengthen trust, build emotional closeness, and increase attraction. It shows a man that the connection between them is not just surface level, but something more genuine and meaningful. That sense of emotional security is something men value deeply, even if they rarely talk about it openly. When a woman understands this and expresses her appreciation through sincere physical affection, it can transform the dynamic between them. Man begins to associate her presence with comfort, respect, and emotional warmth. And once that association forms, his feelings often grow stronger because he naturally wants to be around the person who makes him feel understood and valued. Many people underestimate how powerful nonverbal communication can be in a relationship, especially when it comes to expressing admiration, desire, and trust. A hug may seem like a simple gesture, something people do every day without thinking much about it. When it is done with genuine intention, it can send a message that words often fail to express. For a man, the way a woman hugs him can reveal how she truly feels about him. It can show warmth, affection, and even a subtle kind of desire that instantly captures his attention. Men may not always speak openly about emotions, but they are very aware of how a woman's energy feels when she is close to them. A hug that is warm, natural, and sincere communicates that she is comfortable with him and enjoys being near him. That feeling alone can create a deep emotional impact. When a woman hugs a man with presence and intention, the moment becomes more meaningful than a casual greeting or goodbye. It becomes a quiet way of saying that she values him and enjoys his presence. Men often look for signs that they matter to the woman they care about. They may not ask directly for reassurance, but they notice small gestures that reveal genuine appreciation. A sincere hug can become one of those gestures that stays in his mind because it shows affection without needing any explanation. In that moment, he feels recognized, and that recognition can make him feel more confident and connected to her. Physical closeness also has a natural ability to strengthen emotional bonds. When two people share a warm embrace, it creates a sense of calm and familiarity. The body language alone can communicate safety and comfort. For a man, that feeling of comfort can be incredibly attractive because it means he can relax around her and drop the constant pressure of appearing strong or composed. Many men spend their daily lives managing responsibilities and expectations. A genuine hug from someone they care about can feel like a brief escape from all of that pressure. It reminds him that he is appreciated not just for what he does, but for who he is. Another reason this gesture is so powerful is that it combines emotional warmth with subtle attraction. A hug that carries softness and sincerity can also contain a quiet sense of desire. The closeness, the shared warmth, and the calm moment of connection can spark feelings that grow stronger over time. For a man, these small experiences often become meaningful memories. He may think back to that moment and remember how natural and comforting it felt. Those memories can strengthen his attraction because they make him associate the woman with feelings of peace and happiness. Intentional affection also shows confidence. When a woman expresses her feelings through genuine touch, it communicates that she is comfortable with herself and with the connection they share. Confidence is deeply attractive to men because it creates an atmosphere where emotions feel honest and uncomplicated. Instead of wondering how she feels or trying to interpret mixed signals, he receives a clear message through her actions. That clarity allows him to feel more secure about the connection between them. Over time, these moments of sincere affection build a deeper emotional foundation. The relationship becomes more than just conversation or shared activities. It becomes a connection built on comfort, trust, and appreciation. A hug that carries real emotion can strengthen that foundation in a way that feels effortless yet meaningful. It reminds a man that the bond between them is genuine, and that feeling often encourages him to invest even more of his heart and attention into the relationship. Many women don't realize how deeply a man responds to feeling valued and masculine in a relationship, and sometimes the simplest gestures can awaken that feeling more than grand romantic acts. A man naturally wants to feel important in a woman's life. He wants to feel that his presence makes a difference, that when he walks into the room, something shifts. This desire isn't about ego as much as it is about purpose. Men grow up learning that their role is to protect, provide, and be dependable. Because of that, when a woman expresses appreciation for him through small but meaningful actions, it touches something deep inside him. One of the most powerful ways this can happen is through physical affection, especially something as simple as a genuine hug. A hug may look like a small moment on the surface, but the way it is given can carry a powerful emotional message. When a woman hugs a man warmly and naturally, without hesitation or distance, it can make him feel recognized in a very personal way. That kind of embrace tells him that she enjoys being close to him, that his presence is comforting and welcome. For a man, that feeling is incredibly meaningful because it reassures him that he matters to her. Men often look for subtle signals that confirm they are appreciated, and physical affection can be one of the clearest signals of all. When a woman leans into a hug and relaxes in that moment of closeness, it communicates trust and admiration without needing any words. That quiet message can make a man feel strong and respected. Feeling respected is one of the most important emotional needs for many men. When they sense that a woman admires them or sees them as capable and dependable, their attraction and emotional investment often grow stronger. A simple gesture like a hug can reinforce that feeling in a way that feels natural and sincere rather than forced or overly dramatic. Another powerful part of this interaction is how it affects a man's sense of masculinity. When a woman embraces him with warmth and comfort, he often feels that he is someone who can provide safety and stability. That emotional reaction can increase his confidence around her. Instead of feeling uncertain or guarded, he begins to feel proud of the connection they share. Confidence grows when a person feels appreciated, and that confidence can deepen the bond between two people. Men may not always talk openly about these emotions. They remember moments when they felt valued. A genuine hug can become one of those memories that stays with him long after the moment ends. He might think about how natural the embrace felt and how relaxed he was in that brief moment of closeness. Those thoughts can strengthen his feelings because they remind him that being around her makes him feel good about himself. Small gestures often have a greater impact than people expect. Grand romantic displays might create excitement for a moment. Consistent warmth and appreciation build lasting attraction. When a woman shows affection in a sincere way, she creates an environment where a man feels encouraged to open his heart more. He becomes more willing to share his time, attention, and emotional energy because he senses that the connection is genuine. Over time, these moments of appreciation create a stronger emotional bond. A simple hug that communicates warmth, trust, and admiration can slowly transform how a man feels about the relationship. It reminds him that he is valued not only for what he does, but for who he is, and that feeling can inspire deeper loyalty and affection. Many people believe that attraction is created by big, dramatic moments. The truth is that the strongest emotional connections are often built through small and simple gestures. These little actions may seem ordinary, yet they carry powerful emotional meaning when they are genuine. A smile at the right moment, a gentle touch, or a sincere hug can sometimes affect someone more deeply than grand romantic surprises. For a man, these small gestures can become the quiet signals that tell him a woman truly cares about him. They make him feel noticed and appreciated in a natural way, and that feeling often strengthens attraction far more than anything forced or overly planned. When a woman shows affection through simple actions, creates a sense of warmth that a man immediately notices. Many men spend their daily lives focusing on responsibilities and solving problems. Because of this, they rarely experience moments where they can simply relax and feel emotionally appreciated. When a woman offers a genuine gesture of affection, such as a warm hug or a soft touch on the arm, it can instantly change the emotional atmosphere between them. Suddenly, the interaction feels more personal and meaningful. The man begins to feel that she is not just being polite, but is truly connecting with him. Small gestures also feel more authentic because they happen naturally. Large romantic actions can sometimes feel performative or exaggerated, especially in the early stages of a connection. But when affection appears in simple ways, it feels honest and effortless. A brief hug that lasts just a little longer than expected can communicate care and comfort, without needing explanation. These moments allow two people to feel close without the pressure of saying the perfect words. Men often remember these small moments long after they happen. The reason is that they stand out as genuine experiences rather than planned events. A simple hug that felt warm and sincere can stay in a man's mind because it created a moment of emotional closeness. He may replay that memory and remember how natural the interaction felt. This reflection can increase his attraction because it makes him associate that woman with positive feelings and comfort. Another reason small gestures are so powerful is that they build trust gradually. When affection is shown in consistent and natural ways, it creates a safe emotional environment. The man begins to feel that he can be himself without fear of judgment. Instead of worrying about whether he is doing everything perfectly, he starts to relax and enjoy the connection. That sense of ease allows the relationship to grow more naturally and deeply. These gestures also show attention and awareness. When a woman takes the time to express affection in a thoughtful way, it signals that she is paying attention to the relationship and values the connection they share. This awareness makes a man feel important because it shows that he is not just another person in her life, but someone who matters to her. Over time, these small actions form the foundation of emotional intimacy. They create a pattern of warmth and appreciation that strengthens the bond between two people. Instead of relying on occasional dramatic displays of romance, the relationship grows through consistent moments of care and closeness. A hug given with sincerity, for example, can communicate comfort, attraction, and appreciation all at once. When a man experiences this kind of genuine affection, it often deepens his feelings because it feels real and effortless. He begins to value the connection not because of grand gestures, because of the steady presence of warmth and kindness that makes him feel understood and appreciated every time they share even the smallest moment together. Emotional connection is often the true force that strengthens attraction between two people, even more than physical appearance or dramatic romantic gestures. Many women assume that turning a man on is mostly about physical beauty or obvious flirtation, but the deeper truth is that men are strongly influenced by how a woman makes them feel emotionally. When a man experiences a sense of warmth, appreciation, and genuine connection, his attraction naturally grows stronger. Physical touch, such as a meaningful hug, can become a powerful way of creating that emotional bond because it communicates feelings that words sometimes struggle to express. When a woman hugs a man with sincerity and calm confidence, it can create a moment where both people feel connected beyond conversation. The hug becomes more than a greeting or a goodbye. It becomes a quiet signal of closeness and trust. In that brief moment, a man can feel appreciated simply for being himself. This feeling can be surprisingly powerful because many men spend a large part of their lives focusing on responsibility, problem solving, and meeting expectations. They are often judged by what they achieve or how strong they appear. Moments where they feel emotionally valued for who they are can therefore have a deep impact. A hug that carries genuine emotion can also help a man feel understood. When a woman embraces him warmly and naturally, it suggests that she enjoys his presence and feels comfortable around him. That sense of comfort can immediately strengthen attraction because it removes the tension that sometimes exists in early interactions. Instead of worrying about impressing each other or saying the perfect thing, both people can simply enjoy the closeness of the moment. This kind of relaxed connection is something many men find incredibly appealing because it allows them to feel accepted without pressure. Another important part of emotional connection is the feeling of appreciation. Men often express their care by doing things for the people they value. They solve problems, offer support, and try to be dependable. When a woman responds to that effort with genuine affection, it reassures him that his presence matters. A warm hug can serve as a silent form of gratitude. It shows that she notices his effort and values his role in her life. That recognition can inspire a man to invest even more emotionally because he feels that his actions are meaningful. Physical affection combined with emotional warmth can also create a sense of trust. Trust is a powerful element in any relationship because it allows people to open up and show their true selves. When a man senses that a woman trusts him enough to share a moment of closeness, he often feels honored by that trust. The hug becomes a symbol of that emotional safety. He may not describe it in those exact words, but the feeling remains with him. It creates a memory of comfort that he associates with the woman who made him feel that way. These moments of emotional closeness often stay in a man's mind long after they happen. He might remember the calm feeling of the embrace or the warmth of the connection they shared in that brief moment. Those memories can slowly strengthen his feelings because they remind him how natural and peaceful it felt to be close to her. Over time, this emotional association becomes a strong part of his attraction. Instead of being drawn only to surface qualities, he begins to value the deeper connection that exists between them. Emotional connection also creates a sense of stability within a relationship. When two people feel comfortable expressing warmth and affection, the bond between them becomes stronger and more secure. They begin to understand each other on a deeper level, and that understanding encourages both of them to invest more of their time and energy into the relationship. A simple hug, when given with sincerity and presence, can therefore become one of the quiet ways that emotional intimacy grows. For a man, feeling emotionally connected to a woman can be incredibly powerful. It creates the sense that their relationship is not just about attraction or excitement, but about genuine closeness and understanding. When that emotional spark exists, even the smallest gesture of affection can strengthen the bond between them and make the connection feel more meaningful every time they share a moment together. Confidence and intention can completely change the meaning of a simple gesture, especially when it comes to something as ordinary as a hug. Many people hug casually without thinking about it, treating it as a routine greeting or farewell. When a woman hugs a man with genuine confidence and clear intention, the moment becomes something entirely different. It transforms from a simple social action into a meaningful emotional experience. Men often pay close attention to the energy behind physical affection, and when that affection is given with calm assurance, it can leave a strong impression that stays with them long after the moment has passed. Confidence in this context does not mean being dramatic or overly bold. It simply means being comfortable in the moment and expressing warmth naturally. When a woman hugs a man without hesitation or awkwardness, it communicates that she feels secure around him and values the connection they share. That sense of comfort can be very attractive to a man because it shows emotional clarity. Instead of sending mixed signals or appearing uncertain, she expresses her feelings in a simple and honest way. Men often find this kind of sincerity refreshing because it removes confusion and makes the interaction feel genuine. Intention also plays an important role in how a hug is experienced. When a hug is rushed or distracted, it can feel like a formality rather than a real moment of connection. But when it is given with presence, where both people pause for a brief moment and truly acknowledge each other, the feeling changes. A hug with intention carries warmth and focus. It signals that the woman is fully present in that moment rather than simply going through the motions. For a man, that small difference can make the experience feel much more meaningful. When a woman embraces a man with calm confidence, it can also create a feeling of reassurance. Men often appreciate moments where they feel emotionally welcomed and accepted. Confident hug can quietly communicate that she enjoys his presence and feels comfortable being close to him. This kind of affirmation can strengthen his attraction because it gives him a sense of emotional security. Instead of wondering how she feels, he senses her appreciation through her actions. Another powerful element of confidence is the sense of calm it brings into the interaction. When someone expresses affection naturally, the moment feels relaxed rather than forced. This relaxed atmosphere allows both people to enjoy the closeness without pressure. For a man, that feeling of ease can make the connection feel stronger and more authentic. He begins to associate the woman with comfort and positive emotions, which naturally deepens his interest in spending more time with her. Intentional affection also shows emotional awareness. When a woman gives a sincere hug at the right moment, it suggests that she understands the emotional tone of the interaction. Perhaps she senses that he needs encouragement, appreciation, or simply a moment of warmth. Responding with a thoughtful gesture demonstrates attentiveness and care. Men often appreciate this kind of awareness because it shows that the connection is not one-sided. It feels like a shared emotional experience rather than a routine social exchange. Over time, these confident and intentional gestures can shape how a man feels about the relationship. Small moments of genuine affection gradually build a pattern of trust and emotional closeness. Instead of relying on grand romantic displays, the relationship grows through consistent expressions of warmth and appreciation. A hug that carries clear intention can become one of those memorable moments that quietly strengthen the bond between two people. When a man experiences affection that feels confident, sincere, and natural, he often remembers it because it stands out from ordinary interactions. It shows him that the connection has depth and authenticity. That feeling can make him more emotionally invested as he begins to value not just the attraction, but the sense of understanding and comfort that exists whenever they share even the simplest moment of closeness together.